Let's turn it. Crank it. Looking good.
Fill it right up to the top with water before you empty it.
Watch that front end. You're doing good. Bring her back.
There are notes about the histories of the areas that we're visiting, driving times between different points, all sorts of helpful info.
Take it a little to the right. Take it right.
Just as you wear a seatbelt, we want to keep our pets safe as well.
And it will map your expenses, which is kind of cool because it'll show you how much you spent in every different location. Next up, brackets. I have 3 that I'm going to place along the edge of that bracket. Let me show you how that works. You can get up to 5 miles range between these depending on the terrain. Seldom do you need anything like that. Even a mile is pretty regular, and that's good distance. So you could use these a number of different ways. The best way that Jennifer and I use them is when we pull into a campsite, I'll hand her one of these. She'll go stand at the back of the RV and she'll direct me in.
Let's turn it. Crank it. Looking good. Watch that front end. You're doing good. Bring her back. Take it a little to the right. Take it right. Turn that wheel. Get it right. Straighten it out. Straighten her out. Come on back. Slow down. Slow down. Stop.
Excellent, thank you. Next up, water. And before I hook up my water hose, I'm going to hook up this. I've shown you this before. This is the Clear 2O solid carbon water filter. And it's actually like a 2-stage water filter. This is solid carbon, and this is like that little blue, the little blue filters that you see in many other stores. This is also solid carbon. The other ones are granulated carbon, and water it just doesn't do as good a job as the solid does. So the 2-stage system really makes this water great. And I hook this up right here to the spigot. All right, that's on. Now I take my water and I connect the hose to the bottom of this filter. Just tighten that up. And the next part of this, I'm going to let Jen show you. This took us a long time. It's such a simple thing. A quick connect for the water. Jennifer will show you that.
This is called the quick connect. You see how you take this down, you release it, and it goes up nice and tight? This is well worth the investment. So, gotta get down here, get on my knees. I gotta go through what they call the mouse hole. Go through there, get this hose around, take it up, go through there, come on up, come on up, come on up. And now we're gonna take it down and let her go up. And we're good. Just a little thing on the hose and your cable. Leave them wound so that they're not so much work when you leave. Hopefully put them back a little bit so you're not going to trip on them. Nobody's going to trip. But leave them wound, and if you can tie it up, even better. We like to use the 330 rule, which is not to travel more than 330 miles in a day so that we're not too worn out, or to stop by 3:30 local time so that we can enjoy where we are, look around, have time to explore, and just enjoy. And to help us do that, I use this little piece of yarn. Using the legend on the printed map, we cut a piece of yarn that roughly corresponds to 330 miles. Then we use it to plot out how long it will take us to get to our destination. This gives us a rough idea of where we should overnight and what roads, highways, and freeways might be the routes we want to follow. Then we pick up this book. It's the National Geographic Guide to Scenic Roads and Highways, and it's filled with photos, descriptions, cutaway maps, and scenic attractions of both very famous and not so well-known drives that we can take off the interstates. There are notes about the histories of the areas that we're visiting, driving times between different points, all sorts of helpful info.
about things we may want to stop and investigate as we travel through. Here is my macerator. It is just this little round thing that fits in line with the emptying valves from the black and the gray water tank. So here is the macerator hose. It's maybe 1.5 inches wide. It's flexible. This will screw right into the dump area. There's a little cap on it. You don't want to lose that. And this is all that you have for a hose. And again, because you use the macerator, it is so simple to get all that stuff out. Put it right in like so. See how that screws in? Pull the black out. It's pretty much empty. Just kind of sputtering and spitting. Off goes the macerator. And we push in the gray valve again. That's how you do it. That is how a macerator is used to empty the black tank. The solution is pretty simple. It's this. This is simply a 3-tier organizer that is meant to sit on a desk like that. And then you put papers inside. But if you instead put it on the wall like that, it will be the perfect place for you to keep your computers and your tablets as they're charging. Let me show you. We've used this solution now for years and it works great. When we got this new RV, I had to find myself a new one of those organizers, and I did, and here's how easy it goes in. Just 3 little wood screws. That's it. Even I can do this. I plugged my charger cable in at a nearby outlet that's on my unit on the floor directly below the organizer. And this way, our laptops and tablets have a secure, out-of-the-way place where they can be stored and easily charged. The organizer only costs $14. Now let's talk about the black water tank. In particular, the odors that come from that tank. We have all experienced them. To minimize those odors, the most important thing we can tell you is use enough water. Use lots of water when you flush, lots of water. And when you do empty that black tank, fill it right up to the top with water before you empty it. That will help in controlling the odors. Now, over the years, we have tried many different chemicals and many different solutions to try and minimize that odor. We have finally settled on this. This is the best we have ever found. It's called Happy Camper. It's all organic and comes in powder form. 1 scoop handles the tank up to 40 gallons. We get the tub that provides 64 treatments. It's $44 on Amazon and often sells out. But of all the products we've used over the years, this one is hands down the most effective. We're going to look at 3 lesser known apps that will help you save money and maybe be even a little more efficient in your traveling. They're called Klook, Dosh, and Travel Spend.
You can search destinations, deals, and specific services and things that you want to do. And activities in the different areas you're in. You simply click on things to do, hotels, transport, or car rentals, to search for these things by location.
Yeah, so check it out. Klook is spelled K-L-O-O-K. So I have a cashback app that is great for travelers that I want to share. It's called Dosh, D-O-S-H, and this is a real cash back app, but it offers cash back on hotel stays. It actually will give you automatic cash back at thousands of places where you can shop or dine or book hotels. You don't have to use coupons or scan your receipts like you do with similar apps. Instead, you just download this app, you link your cards to it, and then Dosh deposits the cash back into your wallet, your electronic wallet, automatically. Like Klook, it's a good money savings app, but it also will give you cash back, and that's really cool. And it's, again, Android and iOS.
It's a travel spend. So as you're traveling, it's very well organized, it's easy to use app, and it simplifies the how you follow your travel expenses. So that's a good thing to do. So you don't get all carried away, use up all your money the first 2 days.
You can sync this and share it. You can have different family members on the same app with you. It's really good if you go out to eat. It'll split the cost of who owns what. It does currency exchange if you're traveling abroad, and it will map your expenses, which is kind of cool because it'll show you how much you spent in every different location on a map. And that's really kind of fun to have, and it's really fun for those of you who like to travel journal.
I want to show you a package that we picked up from our friends at Mighty Paws, which solve a lot of our problems that we have with Bo. Mighty Paws makes the ultimate travel package for dogs. 3 things that you need.
The first thing is a long lead, and this leash, made out of a cloth material, it doesn't scratch, is 30 feet long. It's great when we're boondocking. I can hook it up to Bo, and I know that he's got some room to move around and not feel like he's constrained to just this little tiny area. A long lead, that's pretty cool. The 30-foot one is the one we have.
This is the second item. It's a safety harness that we could use to walk him when we want to take him out, or we can use it in the vehicle to keep him secure. You can use to hook him up to a seat belt in the vehicle, and there's also one in the front as well. Just as you wear a seat belt, we want to keep our pet safe as well.
This little strap here from Mighty Paws works with that harness to keep him connected. This part connects to the harness that he wears, and this little part with like a little carabiner, this will go right around where you have the seat belt fastened in, where it connects to the floor. So this gives him some room, and it keeps him safe when it's connected to that harness, and it's very easy to get off when you want to take him out of the vehicle.
This system from Mighty Paws is easy to connect to Bo and to our seat belt, and will keep Bo safe.
We just added this accessory ladder to the rear of our RV. Now there's a lot of reasons I need to get up on the roof to clean off the solar panels, to remove any junk, tree limbs and leaves and acorns and stuff that falls on the roof, or just to maybe sometimes in the wintertime get the snow off. So it's really nice to have. The ladder comes in 2 sections. The top is firmly attached. A lower section stores securely in a side storage cabinet. I ordered mine from a dealer and had it professionally installed. You got these hoses, you got these electrical cables, and they kind of take up a lot of room in the back of your RV. Well, if you've got a headboard in yours, let me show you a great little trick. I had this on our previous RV, and now we're putting it on the new one. Went to Home Depot and I picked up something called a Rubbermaid Fast Track. Okay, it consists of a little metal bracket that you can screw right into the back of the headboard, and then from that you can hang all those cords and those cables that take up all that room in the bottom of your storage area in the back. Let me show you how. When you attach the bracket, make sure you fashion it securely. You don't have to put a screw in every hole, but make sure you use enough screws to make sure that is in there solid, and it's not going to pop loose if you have a bump. Also, make sure that you use screws that are short. You don't want them to go through the other side of that headboard. I used number 8 by 1/2 inch wood screws. Next up, brackets. I have 3 that I'm going to place along the edge of that bracket. Let me show you how that works. The brackets have a little locking mechanism here. You basically just push it on. There's a little lip, lock it. You can slide it, put it into whatever position you want, and then lock it in, and it stays into place. So there you go, a nice, neat way to stow those cables and hoses. Lots of room left over. I'm Mike. This has been another RV Quick Tip. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the RV Lifestyle channel right here on YouTube.